So, say.
Hello?
Mr. Gagne, this is a reporter from the Minneapolis Star Tribune. We spoke earlier this week.
Oh, yes. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm wondering if we could have that conversation now that we talked about. You know, if I might interview you over the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind doing that. I've been born and bred Minnesotan, so I don't mind giving my local papers a little insight into my personal life.
Beautiful. I appreciate that. Number one, maybe just give me a little information about yourself.
Sure. Well, I've been in the wrestling business for about 30 years now, and born and bred Minnesotan, like I said before, and I'm a simple guy when it comes down to it. I like being home and doing things around the house. I like riding boats. I love lamb chops. My wife makes a very good Sunday dinner, and I like to keep busy, like to keep active. You can't see me sitting around the house. I'll do things around the house, but I won't be sitting around the house. That's for sure. And I love keeping up with my work, the wrestling business.
Now, when you say wrestling, the wrestling business, what are you referring to exactly? You mean the Olympics? Like you went to the Olympics, right?
That's correct. I was an Olympian, so to speak. I was an alternate for the U.S. freestyle wrestling team in the 1948 Olympics, and I should have wrestled. I should have been there. I should have wrestled in the at the Olympics, but unfortunately, my the coaches found out that I got paid doing some wrestling matches, and they therefore my amateur status was in question.
I see. But you talked about it more currently, like you still were involved with the wrestling business. Now, you mean what? Like, I mean, you're in your 50s now, So, I'm just trying to figure this out. You're almost. So, do you coach like the Olympics, or do you coach like a high school team, or what is? How are you involved with the wrestling business for 30 years? I mean, that's kind of a thing where you kind of got to be young. Am I wrong? I mean, I can't imagine you're still wrestling now.
Well, yeah, I've been wrestling for 30 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still do it.
You still wrestle? Like, I'm afraid I don't understand. How can you do that? I mean, like I said, you're in your 50s. What How could you possibly be still wrestling?
Well, the thing about it is, you're. I think maybe there's a bit of confusion here. You think I might be still doing Olympic style, freestyle, Greco-Roman, and that is not the case. It's very true. You got to be a young tyke for that. But what I do is I work the professional style.
What is the professional style? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, the professional style is more of a get a little more action packed. Different kind of maneuvers, different move set than you would do in the Greco-Roman. Different rules, but it's a paid profession, and nonetheless, we are very capable athletes. And the professional style allows you to be, middle aged to a little bit older, even to you can still wrestle without really worrying about your age, and still getting the job done.
Wait, I'm afraid I don't. How can you? Now listen, I don't mean to insult you at all, but I see wrestling is a hand to hand combat sport. You know, I don't understand how a man in his 50s could possibly be continuing to do that. You know, I mean, when football players retire before they're the age of 40, you know, and that's a very, very, you know, high impact sport. And you're telling me that you're in a equally high impact sport, and you're still what constitutes the professional style? I mean, this is what I don't understand. I'm trying to. How is it safer if you're allowed to do a different set of moves, and in the Olympics you're pretty well protected from any kind of real injury? What? How can you still be being a wrestler without injuring yourself?
Well, it's a very good question there, and I'm not supposed. This is got to be off the record, if you don't mind.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, no, yeah.
But here's, just make sure that we're keeping this between you and me, and I don't want this getting out. I don't want this to become a thing where, you're disclosing the insides of the wrestling business to the entire world on a daily basis. Okay, I need you to keep this to yourself.
Sure. What is it? It's off the record, guaranteed.
Well, to be quite honest, sir, the pro style of wrestling is for lack of a better term, it's fake.
It's fake?
Yeah. The pro style is more for an entertainment than it is for the actual athletic competition. You're building up storylines between athletes. It's still very athletic. I want you to be very sure about that these are top athletes doing the job, and but it's more entertainment based. You've got you kind of structure it a little bit better so that you're not hurting. You may look like you're hurting your opponent, but you're not hurting them as much as it seems.
I see. So you're not okay. So like kind of like pulling your punches, so to speak.
Yeah, I guess you could say it like that.
Okay. But the outcome is still authentic, right? You don't know who's going to win, so it's still like a real sport, right?
Well,
hello?
Yeah. That's another part of it that's kind of interesting. You got to be part of the business to really understand that. But again, off the record, I will tell you that no, these wrestling contests are predetermined. The outcome is predetermined. We know who's going to win before the bell even rings.
I'm sorry, what?
The outcome is predetermined. So every time they have a wrestling match, we know who's going to win.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, sir.
So the whole fucking thing is a fabrication.
Well, I wouldn't go so far to say that. I mean, I think it's safe to say that sometimes, the hazards are real.
The hazards? What the fuck does that? The hazards are real? What the fuck does that mean? The hazards are... There's no hazard. You're fucking fake athletes there. You're not doing anything. You're pulling your punches. Everything's fucking predetermined. Well, I suppose you fucking, talk to your opponent, before you have a match. Is that the case? I don't fucking believe this. You know what? This is a fucking joke. I can't do this. All right, I can't sit here and report and have a serious conversation with you when you're nothing but a fucking joke. All right. I thought you were this fucking local legend, but really you're just a local loser is what it is. All right? So you just fucking go off, eat your fucking lamb chops, go do some kind of activity. I don't know what the fuck you do. If your job is so fucking phony. You know what? This is I am blown away. I'm blown away by this. You're supposed to be this fucking guy. You know what? Fuck you, Verne Gagne. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck your job. Go fuck yourself.